Everyone, welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Happy Christmas Eve. Today, December 24th of the year 2021, and today we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at Bitcoin on a little bit shorter time frames today. Yesterday we made a video on the total crypto market cap, the very biggest picture, very bigly. So today we're going to zoom in a little bit, focus on Bitcoin because that's the market mover for now. So let's get right to it. So Bitcoin on the daily, we have our 21-day EMA, exponential moving average, in the yellow here. And as you might have noticed, yesterday we closed above it for the first time since way back here, and when we really dropped, and we've been dropping since early November, mid-November. So yes, this is a big step in the right direction. What we want to look for today, yes, today in 9.5 hours from now, we want to close a second candle above here. And what would that do? I'm glad you asked. That would greatly increase our odds of continuing this move. When you can break a downtrend and you can do it with 2 consecutive candles on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, whatever you want to look at, that just greatly increases your odds of that trend being broken and continuing in said direction. So that's the daily, that's the good step. However, we want to zoom out if we continue to do that, and let's look at the next step forward. That would be on the weekly, and this is the 21-week exponential moving average, and as you can see, we got up right near it, 51.5. It's actually, we need to break it a little bit higher, about 51.750. If we can close above that in 2 days and 10 hours, then we're cooking with grease. And I don't know what that means, but I assume it's positive. Some guy in the street told it to me. No, I'm just so we want to close above that in 2 days and 10 hours. What we do not want to see is it closing and maybe, well, you know, we can take it for what we get. We don't need to be too greedy. This is a heck of a comeback from 45 up to 51. This week, maybe he's done his work, okay? So how about next week? What we want to see is a break through it, right? So this week is put in some effort. We don't need to ask too much more of him. Let's just at least close somewhere close to it, okay? And then next week, hopefully we get our breakthrough moment and we get back into the 50s, a solid 50s, right? And then we want to look for support above this, plain and simple. When Bitcoin makes its moves, it's above the 21-week EMA and holding as support. So I would love to see something. I don't care if it's like this and we, just slowly move up for a couple weeks, or if it's like this and we just have a handful of weeks left and then we go up. But we need to hold this as support. It's very big. We do not, I repeat, do not, in red alerts, bold, highlighted, whatever comment, we do not want to see a rejection from this for the first time, because then we're likely heading way back down, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But let's hope for the biggest, bestest news. Okay, so that's the weekly. We'll watch for that in 2 days, 10 hours. Hopefully we'll make another video by then. Tomorrow's Christmas, so probably not going to make a whole lot then. Christmas Eve today. Got family stuff. Hopefully you're doing some family stuff. Maybe you're sitting around watching this with your family. God, I hope not. Let's look at the next chart. The ADX and DI on Bitcoin on the daily. So this is where we'll get our bigger confirmation that the uptrend is continuing. We need the bulls in the green to knock out the bears in the red. And then we want the ADX and DI, our momentum of this move, to follow suit, just like we did back in October. See this? We're across. And then we want the ADX to continue the power, right? So that's exactly what we're looking for over the next handful of days. Is this going to take way longer? No, it doesn't have to. Look how rapid it can close. If we turn real bullish, look at like September 30th, 31st. There's no 31st, but you got the picture. Random calendar made up days. What we want to see is a cross out of this, and with conviction on the ADX as well. So watch that. How about on the weekly? Well, we're battling. I like this, right? We're battling back and forth like two snakes intertwined. The analogies are horrific. So we need to, obviously the same thing, but look at the ADX starting to creep up with the green. So hopefully the ADX is nudging the bulls to say, hey, look at those bears. They're asleep. Let's murder them. Let's go back up to the weekly. Now looking back out. See this cross? It's not nothing doing, right? This is not what you want to see. Although we take this cross, what you really want to see is crosses like this, right? Go back and look at April 2019, and prices were soaring. Why? Look at that on the weekly chart, right? When the bulls are in charge with the ADX up high, Bitcoin, all of crypto is going to just be flying. So when you see this and separation, you can be pretty confident that, you know, there'll be up dips along the way with speed bumps, but we're going to be flying, okay? Especially when the ADX on a weekly chart is going up like this. This is what we want to see. Okay, so next time we're at this area, I'll be sure to let you know that the bears are nowhere near, okay? So keep that in mind. How about the monthly? Let's go a little bit bigger. The monthly. We haven't looked at the monthly. Speaking of bulls and bears, the bears have never been in charge on the monthly scale in the ADX and the I. Is that a good sign? Of course. So hopefully they never are in charge. Maybe in the next bear market, we've got real close in March of 2020, didn't we? The pandemic drop. That was about as close as we've gotten. So hopefully that is the closest we ever get. Maybe Bitcoin never turns bearish on the monthly scale, ADX and the I. Now, see how high the ADX is on the monthly scale? We're still separate, but we need to avoid this. They're kind of coming together, but so far, hopefully next month this updates and we get a little bit bounce to the upside, just a little bit, right? Just this much. That would be great. And then, you know, spin around, have the ADX continue up, and we'll live happily ever after. Okay. How about next for Bitcoin? RSI on the weekly chart. This is probably the most important level to be watching in all of Bitcoin right now. Why do I say that? Well, going back in history, look at all the way back to 2015 here. This yellow kind of bar is kind of the breakthrough heaven or hell, for lack of a better analogy, right? The good price is up here, the bad price is down here. So what we want to do, where are we at right now, right? We got to get out of here, and we got to break through this meso. There's a word there. I learned it in 7th grade. Meso. What's the middle ground? Damn it. At least I got meso. That's the important part. Middle? Doesn't meso mean middle somewhere? All right. 50 between like 55 to 53-ish. You can see how many times we've battled this area on the weekly scale, right? We want to get above this, and then we can turn super bullish. It's highly likely, in my opinion, that when we see Bitcoin back above 56 on the weekly scale, we are moving towards all-time highs, likely towards 70K, 80K, all that good stuff. So this is exactly what we want to see. We do not want to get up in here and then fumble around and come back down. However, do I think that might happen? I think the odds are actually in our favor of breaking through this. Why do I say that? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at the biggest picture. Going back to 2018, our bottom here, December 2018. Look at this low. Okay, fast forward to the next low, March of 2020. Okay, fast forward to the next low. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? Look what we did just last week. Another higher low. This is incredibly great news for Bitcoin today, this week. All right, so hopefully we're breaking back up here. I don't know if we'll do it the first time, right? So maybe we do something like this. Maybe we come up. Right, we'll follow this, and then we hit this, and then we kind of mess around here, and then we break through going in. But keep in mind, look at the time frame here, right? If we want to get going early 2022, I mean, this is February right here, so hopefully it goes up maybe a little bit sooner, and then like something like that, right? That would be ideal. If we do this, yeah, all Bitcoin can remain bullish, but all-time highs are not going to be happening until we're up in at least this section, in my opinion. And I mean, I think we're going to have to break kind of this macro downtrend here. So break that. And then if we get back up in here, yeah, I think all-time high territory will happen somewhere between here and there. And then, you know, the road to 100K, if Bitcoin could somehow, you know, break into, you know, way up in here. Yeah, these are the areas where Bitcoin's doing quite well, and the rest of the market as well. You can see it's hard to get up in here. Even in our 2019 summer bubble, where we were at like 3K right here, and then we went to like 14K, right? We still didn't even get out of here, but look at the move on the RSI here. Very powerful. So obviously we'd like to do something like that, but with Bitcoin, look at all these drawings. I don't know what we got. I mean, Picasso would be ashamed. So let's remove some of these. So what we want to do is kind of break that macro level downtrend. Hopefully that makes sense to you. There's something like this, right? Just break outside of this. and then we can really get moving. And then, you know, the biggest is that break above that 55, 56 level on the weekly, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so let's now look for the one final thought for the Christmas Eve blowout 3 months. 3-month scale for this is BLX. If you don't know what BLX is, it's just so you can look at a deeper history of Bitcoin. So you can type that in on TradingView, just type in BLX, and you can look at all of Bitcoin's history. So maybe if you're newer, you don't know that this even exists, and if you just click on Bitcoin, you're only getting back to like 2015, 2016-ish. So this lets you look at all of the history, and this is on a log scale, so you can see all the info. If you take it off a log scale, it gets difficult to see. That's why log scale is helpful. So it keeps all the candles. Let me take a sip. My mouth is dry. All right. So log scale keeps all of the candles the same. So 100% move back here is also the same as 100% move here. Where a linear scale, 100% move here. Watch this. Let me see if I can do it. See, there's a 77% move, this little bitty candle at the bottom here, right? This is a 100% move. This is a 168% move. So they're not the same. So you can fit more data, and it's just more helpful. So I would suggest using a log scale. So you know what you're looking at. But this is a 3-month. Let's get back on track here. So maybe you've never even seen this chart before, but I want to show you like little patterns that play out on these. Once you break previous all-time highs, look at what happens, right? There's an all-time high. Then scroll to the right. Look at the breakout here, right? And then here's your next all-time high before consolidation. And when do we start moving again? When we break all-time high again. Okay, now we have our new all-time high up here. And when do we start moving again? When we break that. Look at that. So now fast forward to current day, and here's our all-time high. 3-month candle, which closed at 58.7. So we should expect to follow suit. Once we close above 58.7 or get above 58.7 on a 3-month candle, right? This closes soon, 7 days. Next week is New Year. So happy New Year already. I'm the first to tell you. Congrats to me. So what we want to look for January 2022 is a break of, 58.7, and we should be good to go. Going back just to 2010, Bitcoin likes to do this. In most coins, this is what you want to look at. Even on the daily chart, on the weekly chart, if you see these patterns playing out, breaking all-time highs is usually very significant. So that's the 3-month. Let's go to the 6-month. For those of you still with me. All right, 6 months. Noticing similar things, right? All-time high, break it, explosion. All-time high, break it, explosion. All-time high, break it. Not much of an explosion, but we're still moving, right? So I would expect this to continue. And yes, this 6-month candle also closes next week. So let's see if the next candle we can really get moving here to the 100K. It doesn't look that crazy, right? There's 200K right here. Would be fitting. Okay, let's go for one more. Let's go for the bigly. The 12-month. Each candle is a year. So yeah, the pattern still continues to happen. All-time high. Consolidation. When you break it, boom. All-time high. Consolidation. When you break it, minor boom. So yeah, diminishing returns will happen. We're not going to have a 5,000% year out of Bitcoin again. Not likely, okay? 5,000% would be very bigly. So look at these silly candles. There's 1,500%. Okay, 200% in 2012, not so bad. 5,000%. Okay, 1,300% again, and now we're getting to more what we're familiar with, right? It's 300% in 2020, 75% this year. Okay, let's hope for at least a couple 100% next year. Maybe we get us to, let's see what that would be. I'm glad you asked. Let's see. So say we close here at 50, say we close the year at 52, okay? What would a 100% move look like? Well, you can just double the price. 100% move from here would get us over 100K, right? Yeah. So how about a 200% move? Let's go ahead and just do some guesstimation here. 200% gets us to 160K. Okay. 300%. 200K. All right. 400%. 250. That's, now we're getting to about the max I think we can get to, right? So all these people calling for 300K Bitcoin, I mean, 500%, we haven't had a 500% candle in quite some time, right? Since 2017. Diminishing returns are real. Lengthening cycles are real. I do not think we'll ever see a 1,300% year out of Bitcoin again. I mean, just take, for example, that what that price would be. 1,300% is $750,000, 750K. Okay, hopefully that starts putting in perspective. So, a nice 200-300% would be a-okay for most of us. There's 200%, 150K. Yeah, I think we'll probably do that. 300% is probably about the biggest rally we might have. Just non-moon boy straight to the heart. 300% gets us to, 2.25, 225. I like that. Something give or take, with the momentum. But the more money that comes into Bitcoin, if we're at $10 trillion, it's going to be very difficult to get those blow off tops. The more money you have, the less volatility. Hopefully that makes sense to you. A lot of people think that's backwards. We're going to get crazy the more money comes in. No. The more money that's here, the bigger the ship gets. Which is easier to turn around? A little dinghy boat or the Maersk? If you don't know what the Maersk is, think of Titanic times 3,000. Go Google Maersk if you don't know what it is. It's the biggest ship in the world. Shut up. All right. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Kiss my ass. Kiss your ass. Where's the Tylenol? Anybody got that movie? You better. Someone better get that movie. All right. Fear and Greed Index. We're crazy here. 41. We're back to fear. We're getting out of the extreme fear. We're at 34. What we want to look for is a new high. Let's take out 45. Are we going to do it today, tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. But on the downside, we want to avoid making a 33 or lower. We want to keep this going up, right? We've been in kind of this downtrend for a while. Let's look at the year here, right? We've been going down, way down since November. Now we're trying to build back up again. Let's do it. So that's what we need to look for. So hopefully maybe something like this, right? Let's get a little bit of a rally going. Maybe New Year, we get and then back up to greed, and let's, all get greedy. All right. Quote of the day. For it is in giving that we receive. Great. Christmas is about giving, not getting. Improve someone's life somehow. All right. Card of the day. How to do it. Audi R8. Wrapped in Christmas paper. It's appropriate. Gold. You've wrapped the mirrors in gold. I love it. I will never do it. Oh my God, I just noticed, right? The center caps have bows on it. He put bows in the center. I love it. It's all Christmas paper, wrapping paper on the Audi R8. I tried to find like a more exotic car, but this will do. There was some other way worse ones. Don't Google it. I don't recommend it. It gets rough. But Audi R8, Christmas wrapped, car of the day, Christmas Eve, 2021. Glad to be here with you. We've been here for about a year now. Almost to 10,000 subscribers. I wanted to get 10K by the end of the year. Maybe we can still do it. If prices turn bullish, maybe people will start watching again. Or maybe I just need better content. Maybe just stop making so many jokes, Chase, or get rid of the chain link sign or the stupid cars or whatever you want to say. It's Christmas. Let's not get too negative. All right. I'll see you on the next video. Merry Christmas to you. And if you don't do Christmas, happy Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is. I lose track. It's 12/24, 2021. That I know because I could see the date right there. I think it's Friday. I think it's Friday. Happy Friday. Unless I'm wrong. I'll see you on the next one. Bitcoin 2022. We got this.